that I just come in there and look for knockouts, and that's not the case. You know, I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, well, I'm here. Who wants to fight with me?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter can beat me.
Our goal is to demolish everybody, to be honest. Everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all the belts, all of the titles.
Welcome to Bodywork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. It feels so good to be back. It's sundown Sundays. You know, it did a little drizzling, it rained. You know, we had a little bit of boxing, a little female card to set it off today, but we had boxing yesterday. And I would say overall, I had to give this weekend of boxing like a B. I give it like an 82. Give it like an 82%. A B. You know what I'm saying? A B is decent. You know what I'm saying? This sport. That's what I'm giving it now. I've been gathering the pulse. You know, I've been looking at everything and just listening to, you know, watching the tea leaves. You know, seeing who's going to keep it all the way funky. Who's going to keep it 10 times 10, because it's no more than 100. Who's going to keep it 100%? Who's going to keep it 10 times 10, 50 times 2? Who's going to do that? Very few. And I knew that. But what do? We keep giving you the pulse. We keep speaking the truth. So, it's not any real housekeeping today. But what I do want to go over is it's in the vein of what I was just talking about, people keeping it a buck. You know, we in the era now where if you tell the truth or you give somebody guidance or feedback you can't say positive. Because if you give somebody negative feedback, but it's feedback to help them improve, then that's positive feedback. Instead of saying, yeah, everything all right. Yeah, I see that bubble in your tire, but everything all right. Yeah, I see that big ass crack in your windshield, but everything will be all right. Yeah, I see that tire in the back. I see it's damn near flat, but everything will be all right. I see your trunk popping up. It's unlatched. I see your gas tank cap hanging out, but go ahead on down. It's like, oh, no, hold on, man. You forgot, man. You got to be more thorough, man. Your mirrors are off. Put your gas cap back in. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, you're hating. You try to teach somebody how to drive like a young person that's like 15, 16 right now, the age in which you start driving legally. And you tell them, oh, no, you know, you turn the wheel too hard, like you brake too hard. Oh man, you just hating on me. You don't want to see me drive. It's like, no, I want to see you ace the test when you take the test. Like, you didn't come to a complete stop. You know what I'm saying? Go to a complete stop, say you won 1,000, and then pull off. You know, nowadays it's like anything you say, and I believe that the best thing to do is just say what it is. Because the hindsight of 2020 era is those members in the membership of the hindsight of 2020, like, they are growing. They have no problem getting membership. Cookie Monster, mic check, 1 2 1 2, sounding clear as ever. I appreciate that. Cookie Monster. Thanks for that microphone checker, microphone checker. And in boxing, man, you know, Bernard Hopkins said it best, man. The ring is the lie detector, but it's just we in the era now where people, I'm gonna say they don't tell the truth. They shy away from the truth until the truth becomes like Captain Obvious. And it's not even a real truth. It's just denying what we see. It's like if you ask your lady, hey, how was it outside? And she don't want to tell you that it's cloudy outside. Then it look like it's about to rain. It look like the bottom is about to fall out the sky. You sit back and you like, is this what's going on outside? Like, what's the reason to lie? Like, that's in anything. Was the barbershop crowded? You might have a vested interest. It might, you might have a chair or two in there. You might rent the place out, but like, is it crowded? Yeah. If it's not, yeah, because either way, people be like, oh, it's not crowded. Oh, what? People ain't getting their hair cut. Oh, they must don't cut like that. Because I know the one. Or if it is crowded, oh, it's too crowded. No matter what it is, the barbershop is crowded. Y'all remember on Coming to America when he was like, taste the soup? Y'all remember on Coming to America when he was like, man, taste the soup? And he was talking about all this, he like, just taste the soup. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I don't got a spoon. He was like, like, it's the obvious. It's like, it's not there, but we got to start saying things, man. You know, I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible. I think I only heard like one person really two people keep it real on this today. I heard two people keep it real on this today, and one of them was saying, man, it's probably about time for, about time to hang it up, big dog. And that's just one of them things, where it's just like, it's about time to hang it up, dog. I think, you've given the sport a lot. You made waves. Man, you knocked out so many people. And that performance and edging it out like that, securing the dub, getting back in the dub column. I mean, I think that would be a great way to say, all right, I went out like that. Like, it might be the reason why Errol want to come back. Then maybe maybe it's more left on the bone. We'll see when he get back in the ring. I mean, we just seen something with Thurman. We seen Mr. Gary Russell Jr. come back, and it looked like it's a lot left on the bone. It's like, we gotta be honest. You seen my comeback fighter of the year last year, Mr. Gary Russell. When you see him come back and how he set the tone and showed how sharp he was, and then you could tell he carried my man and he got in the rounds, but then when he wanted to, he finished the job. Like, when you can still have that command of your skill and you don't look like, you might have looked like, you look like you getting older. It's natural. You're a little bit bigger. Like, everything ain't, but the IQ, you can still see it on full demonstration. The ability to set things up, the ability to, make your opponent do something you want him to do, and measure it a couple times before you even, what I'm saying? Because, you don't want to give away too much too early, but like, when you see somebody like Mr. Gary Russell Jr., who's the longest reigning champ down in 126 for 6 years, 352 days, when he come back and he has full command of the stage, you're left amazed. Like, that dude is great. His stock went up. It wasn't in question. We wasn't saying, okay, now what direction? We were just saying, okay, you at 35, keep stepping. But people just won't keep it real. And it ain't no shame. Like, it's just like anything else. Somebody, you know, retired from a job, it's gonna be somebody else's first day in a couple weeks. One of my favorite rappers alive right now, Scarface, man. Somebody died at the same time a child is born. You know, Scarface be painting them pictures. He be telling them stories. You know, it's just like, you know, it's. I believe. I said sundown Saturday because I came on late today. Came on my usual time. What's going on and what's happening in boxing? That was, you know, I know what stuff going on, but I figured, hey, I still got to come on and give the post. But sunset. You make your debut, that's the sunrise on your career. The last fight you have, that's the sunset. And the thing is, this is a market. This is the silver lining to it all, you all. We in the market now where exhibition fights are popping. But people are not thinking like that. We gotta be honest. We in one of the. This is the most brutal sport out here. The most brutal where you make a living hitting people in the head and getting hit in the head. There ain't no way around it. People get teeth knocked out, busted eardrums and broken jaws, ribs cracked, eye sockets broken. And then if you in the heavyweight division, that's not one of the divisions to play around with. And it's really time for everybody to be honest. I think that this reform is getting back into the. I would say, man, listen, I've never been the biggest fan, but I salute him and I respect everything that he did. His legacy is his legacy. And I think it's time because that's the heavyweight division. And you got to be honest. You got to be honest, man. If you go in there with a guy like Chisora, I saw Chisora, man, when he was getting up in the ring. This man looked like he could barely even split the ropes. Some of that might have been, he might have been playing, you know, he might have been playing up to people watching and all that because he was dipping. He was doing a little bit of Mike Tyson, a little dip. He was doing that. He was getting up under some stuff. He still had, you know, a lot of moments. In regards, if I could see why they said, you know, why they rendered their verdict. I was just glad that we didn't get embarrassed. I was just glad that, you know what I'm saying, I'm in that situation. I know we not French, but we, the U.S. American heavyweight was looking in a bad way. And Deontay Wilder came out with the dub. Was it moments in there where it looked like, man, it was a fugly fight, man. That fight was fugly, man. Like, my lady was laughing. She was like, man, what are they in there trying to do? She was like, man, it was so, in the grand scheme of things, it was entertaining. But for the boxing purists, the boxing hardcore, it's like, you know, when your lady look at you like, man, what are they doing? Like, why, like, and just laugh. So it was entertainment. It was bang for its buck in there. It was a little bit of everything in there. It was some wrestling. It was some sumo wrestling. It was some grappling. It was some love making, some kissing, hugging, touching, rubbing. It was all kind of thing. It was a lot of hitting in the back of the head. It was, you know what I'm saying, somebody was bagging the jewels. It had everything in it. And I, like, this is my point on this before I move on. You gotta be honest with your fighter. Because the next guy, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Tszyu and what's going on with Spence. I'm gonna talk about that next, but like, I'm gonna have to be, I am honest with my fighters. There were people that I used to be real high on. I said, man, I don't know no more, man, because they can't keep getting, like, they're not evolving. Like, they're not, like Laura, There's Landy Lara. His style evolved. It evolved to where all that bouncing and moving, whatever. But now he can sit down and stuff. But it evolved in time. So he's still able at his age to do his thing, like on command, because he has mastered his style. Can he be beat? Absolutely. Anybody can be beat. Anybody can be beat. I got AJ in the building. What's up, AJ?
What's up, man?
What's going on? I can't hear you, bro.
Hold on. What about now?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you feeling today?
I can't call it. I'm just chilling on a Sunday, getting ready for this week.
Doing the mental reps. That's what I've been doing. The mental reps. You always gotta do the mental reps for the week.
Yeah, bro. Sorry.
You gotta visualize, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah,
you don't know what's coming, but it's coming. Yeah, man. I've been telling though, I ain't get to really catch the fights, man. I thought it came on like nighttime. I ain't really get to catch them.
Yeah, I mean, it was fugly, man. It was fugly, man. Like, listen,
I heard.
By the second round, I said my lady. I like watching it with my lady. She's hilarious, man. Especially when she see these heavyweights and how they be and all that. She be laughing, man. She be like, "What are they doing?" But like, I was saying, it seems like in the second round, I said, "Man, these guys are gassed in the second round." I'm talking about gas, bro.
I heard. And they talking about some Wilder look 36 or 32. But they say, bro, you can't beat Father Time, bro. Nobody can. I ain't seen nobody that did it yet. Like, these are athletes at that. Like, even basketball, you see LeBron still doing his thing, but I don't mean to put nothing on him, but he might be getting a little bit of help somewhere. Cause once you get up at age, like I was just turning 30, right, bro? Even I'd be like, God damn, like it's like it's no lie when adults, when you like younger, when they say certain stuff like, yeah, you gonna feel it, you gonna start to feel it. Everything an adult say, you gotta believe it, cause they been through it. Like, bro, I be feeling stuff sometimes like, oh man, like I used to get up. Yeah, you feel me? But come on, bro. He is what, 38, 39?
I thought he didn't clear. I thought he cleared. Hold on. I thought he cleared 40. I thought they said they both was in their 40s.
Oh yeah. Because Errol was like what, coming up on 35, and
he 40. He about to be 41.
See. Wasn't they saying Floyd was ducking Manny Pacquiao when he was around that age? I could have sworn that he was ducking him. Yeah, like, bro, who wants, like, I don't care, bro. Somebody is trying to knock you out or trying to, decapitate you, like, especially Chisora. Like, I heard about the fight though, like, and you know what's crazy? I caught a couple little seconds out of like the last round, because I thought it was coming on like later, but I forgot it's the Queensbury and they over in London, so that's the early stuff. But I did catch I gotta see Tszyu fight, and like that's the usual. But yeah, man, like how was the rest of the fight night go? Like, I ain't really get to catch it.
But I'll tell you, I'll get into it, but let me button up on Wilder real quick. Let me just button up. This is what I was really getting at when it comes down to Deontay, man. It's like you still have the exhibition market. Like, it's big checks out there, But I always say this. I said this before, and no offense to anybody because we just talking, man. I don't boxing. These channels are soft, man. Anything you say that's not in agreement with whoever they wear knee pads for, then you hating, man. Y'all shut the fuck up with that dumbass shit. Listen, you could be positive about these guys all day. You could say, hey, listen, man. The way I'm saying is like, listen, go out on a note like that. That's a positive, that's a high note given everything you went through. You know, you went the distance, you went out with somebody who was, you know, showing out. Now, the decision, it could have been it was arguable. I could have seen it going both ways. I could have saw a draw. But you know, Wilder got the edge. Okay, cool. But the thing is, you can't be so much of a fan to the detriment of your fighter. And I tell y'all all the time, I walked away from boxing because Tyson kissed Tommy Morrison on the cheek and was just like, I just wanted money to feed my family. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I was pissed. Paying all that money and then you going in there. When it becomes that's not what the people that be rocking over here, that's not really what we here for. I appreciate it because, you know, the age of them two and like the status in their career and the level of competition. That was a good match to be made. That was a good thing, but y'all both should probably say, all right, that's, you know, we good. Now, them guys over in London, they're going to welcome Chisora back, even if he changed his mind. Double talk and renege. Just like somebody else about to do. If he do it, they got his back. With Wilder, it's what I always said. His OnlyFans, the ones that only like Wilder and was saying that he's the hardest hitting every heavyweight ever, all of the hyperboles. Like, yes, dynamite, nuclear hand, like 40, 43 knockout. Like, you can't, come on, you can't deny that. Like, that's, but the thing is, this is the heavyweight, and you gotta understand the business of boxing. What they're gonna try to do is, if you didn't realize it, when he had that fight on Black History Month, he marched out there to Tyson Fury. He had that suit on. He came out. He looked like he was sweating. He looked like he had already did 5-6 rounds and was getting leaned on. By the time he took the armor off, that music, everything they was saying, like how the energy in that stadium was, everything was pointing toward they was getting ready to try to send that man to the upper room. Anytime the ref looked at him and he seen blood coming out his ears and he was letting it go on and whatever, blood ain't supposed to be, I ain't talking about a scratch. Blood is not supposed to be coming from the interior of your ear to the exterior, dripping, oozing. That is not good. They was getting ready to allow that man, and I'm telling you, you could think that bag is sweet, but what if they put him in there like with somebody like a Bacoli? Like, see, people don't want to be honest. The fight looked like that, and it was against that level of competition in Chisora. He's not mobile. He's not a spring chicken. He's a rough, rugged, tough customer who, you know, you really gonna have to have a level of IQ or like one of these young boys to put his lights out. Why you think they chose who they chose for his last hoorah? Do the math. They would love to line AJ up. They would love to line Wilder up for AJ right now. You can get through the politics of what happened back in the day. Yeah. Let's fast forward to today. April 5th, 2026. Look at what's going on. He can't get in there with nobody like, he can't get in there with nobody in the top 10. He can't get in there with nobody with the top 15. And they are going to make an example out of him. But I always said, the OnlyFans, like, even to the expense, they're going to ride that thing, and they're going to sing the glowing praise, and they're going to urge him. And it's like, that's not for the better. That's why I say I'm probably a better fan than you are. Not a bigger fan, but a better fan. Because I'm saying this right now as I transition into the Errol or whatever. I ain't going to get into that. I'll break down the fight since AJ said it. But when I look at Errol, if Errol come back and his punch resistance ain't there, you can tell the first time somebody take a good shot, like it's like a little recoil they do, and it's like a stiffness, and they never move. And when you start punching, thinking about what's coming back, like when you're throwing it, but you already like crouching to get away, like it's not good, man. It's over, man. It's just over. So I'm gonna say, man, go out on this note and then still get the money. You can do it in the exhibition where everybody, this is the way it's going. You could go and do a tour, every state damn near that would have you and get that exhibition money. Well, you ain't gotta worry about all that. But what they're gonna try to do, man, is almost what Keith went through. If it wasn't for the ref coming in and saving Keith from Fundora, man, that was getting ready to get like, cause at that time Thurman was in denial. You know what I'm saying? He was in battle, so he was not really thinking. Like when you in battle, when you at war, you're not really thinking. Your adrenaline is flowing. When that shit went away, he probably sat back and said, "Man, I can't keep doing this." But I promise you, they're not going to have the mercy that they're going to have on Deontay if he gets lined up with the wrong person. If they let him get in there with an Atama, if they let him get in there with a Dubois, a Adric Caballel, a Fabio Wardley, I can go all the way down the list. Like if they let him get in there with any one of them guys, like they're going to make an example. It's going to be more than a statue. It's going to be looking more like a permanent salute.
Real quick, Mike. That boy Floyd said, that's an exhibition. I don't know what the fuck Manny Pacquiao talking about. He not dumb. He like, man, that's an exhibition. We not fighting for real. Y'all not ready to trick me out my...
Right. Yeah, that was, that's smart. But he's still gonna be getting to the bag and see how many names Floyd was attached to. Deontay can do the same thing.
Yeah, basically, that's how they is, bro. They don't care. They don't care about no fighter, bro. They care about who come on their page giving them cash apps and shit. They don't care about the fighter. They pockets first, then fighter, because you can get the support without beating it down somebody's leg. That this.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you cut out, but I'll ride with it. Let's get into the fights then. Let's look at some of these fights and some of these names and who made some noise. Ashton Silva, which is H2O versus versus a guy named Hernandez. Now H2O was the first guy that I recall that Kid Austin pulled out on, and when he pulled out, like H2O and that guy Lucas Body fought, and that's when Lucas Body hit him with that Caleb Plant, like how he hit the man from Michigan with that body head. He hit him like on the same side, like boop boop, and then he gave him a biscuit on the way down. Yeah. You went out and came in, AJ?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay. All right. So let me do that. Keep that going right there. Okay, so we good. But he fought Lucas Body. It didn't end well. He was outboxing Lucas Body the whole fight and had a lapse in judgment on his defense, and Lucas Body put him out. That's the guy I'm talking about. Now, I watched H2O. He looked pretty sharp. You could tell he'd been working on things. He stayed on the phone. And that's the thing. That's, going back to Wilder's, like, when you're not, like, even as you get older, you got to be able to stay on the phone. If you're going to deliver a punch, like, you got to be right back on the phone. And if that's not happening in that heavyweight, it's bad. But I saw H2O. He stayed on the phone. He was cognizant of the hand. He was trying to stay off the line a little bit. He was sharp. He's very creative on offense. I think that I was looking for him to be a little bit more active with his hands. But I think he's in the clear as far as that knockout. I think there's a little bit of residuals, but I think he's starting to open up. Maybe one or two more fights, he'll be all the way back from that experience, because it is traumatizing when you get stopped and you hit the canvas like that. But for him to still be boxing, still be confident, still, sharpening his tools, he got a unanimous decision. That was good. It was a guy named Amir Cashman Anderson. He's a middleweight. He's from Syracuse, New York. Vicious stoppage. Vicious stoppage. And I'm like, man, we got a middleweight in New York. That's why I say I'm getting ready to put my binoculars on 160 and then really start saying, because it's just always this misnomer that ain't nothing going on at 160, but there's a lot going on at 160. It's just people are not highlighted by the names. And then when you got Janabek, you know, he's on suspension. He just got stripped of a belt. We don't know what he's going to do about the other belt. You got Carlos Radames. He just made a title defense against Ammo Williams. And Landy Lara, we don't know what they're going to do next. So we don't know who's going to go for that IBF. It should be Denzel Bentley should be in the mix somewhere, because I actually seen him. And sometimes, you know, I kind of think that the guys from across the pond, they're not as sharp. And then sometimes they have that stigma until they can shake it off. It's a couple of them that are that sharp. Like Denzel Bentley, he might not be the flashiest, but he's a good fighter. He is a good fighter. He wound up turning up and stepping on the gas and getting his man out of there. And now he's the WBO interim champ. But I'm going to tell everybody right now, 160, I ain't going to say it's lit, but all it takes is about 3 or 4 more fights that got to happen, and people are going to start looking at 160. All it's going to take is for a couple people from 54 to jump up to 60, and it's going to start being lit. But we're going to do a segment on 160 and go down in the ranks, in the who's who, in the key players. But this guy, if you haven't seen him, go look at him. I think he just got 7-0 with 7 knockouts. That was his 7th knockout, but he's from New York and he's a middleweight. Cash man. He got everything. He can do, I mean, I would like to see him against some opponents. Like once he starts stepping up a little bit more in his opponents and they move him along, if he continues and he don't, you know, get the big head and go Hollywood, he's a bright star. And remember, Jahad Tucker is at the division. I think Video Milnicki, he's up there now. Denzel Bentley just got that WBO. 160 is it's competitive. It's just not popular right now, but we're gonna do a segment on that. Mike Hamed, he got a vicious knockout. That might be knockout of the year. That's in knockout of the year type potential. It was like a couple, it was like 2 people that I'm like, yeah, they could easily be knockout of the year. But yeah, Mike Ahmed, the way he hit Buddy, I don't know if it's gonna beat the Moses Atama, but go and look at it. But he's a heavyweight. He got one. We just talked about Denzel Bentley. He got a stoppage against Saavedra, and that was like a barrage stoppage. It's a guy that's at cruiserweight. He just got the European cruiserweight title. His name is Vidal Riley. And that's why I said we got love for them guys across the pond. It's just you got to make it to a level to where we paying attention. Like Kakasi. Kakasi is the guy who's right now, he's in the same division as Oshaki. That's somebody that you want to see. He's the same guy that knocked out Joe Cordina right before Shakur was getting ready to fight him. That was the last fight he had before when Shakur went to go matchroom. He went to go sign up for a guy named Cordina. This is right after that guy Kakasi knocked him out. He's in the same division as Oshaki. He's from across the pond. He got hands. He just put hands and feet on Jazza Dickens. Corralled that man. You know, so we got love for these guys across the pond. This guy, Vidal Riley, he's a cruiserweight. He can box. He can box. Like, he can do damn near everything. His movement, his punch selection, like, he's not like when you think about across the pond for us over here. Like, it's not like, he's not typical. He look like, okay, they be training. And some of them that you could tell, they've been training. They've been getting some good work. They got their own little style. You know, they don't just swing punches. It's not a whole bunch of mano-a-mano Mexican standoffs. There are those type of fights, but there are some guys that you can say, okay, yeah, they got skills. Like, he can actually move his feet. He can fight on the inside, mid-range, or from the outside. Like, he can do everything. He can fight going forward. He can fight going backwards. He can, you know, he can use his lateral movement. He can circle out. He can, you know, it's a lot of things. But I was impressed with him. He beat a guy named Masterneck. And I think it was a split decision. No, it was 115, 111, 115, 112, 115, 113. That's what that was. That was the card from last night, AJ, and then the card from today. One of my favorite boxers, female boxers anyway, Chantel Cameron. She's nice. She should be undefeated. They gave Katie Roughneck Taylor the decision in the rematch that they had, but Chantel Cameron really won that fight in my opinion. I think it was a business of boxing because they had bigger plans for Katie Taylor. And if you look at what she went on to go do with Amanda Serrano, you know what I'm saying? Bada bing, bada boom. That could have been and should have been somebody like Chantel Cameron. Like, she's nice. She don't get a lot of knockouts, but her form is great. She can just box. And she kind of almost like she kind of remind me a little bit like in the essence of a Winky Wright, how Winky Wright would be right there, but you can't really hit him. He got his forearms up, but you can't really break through it, but he can punch you at will. She kind of do that as a female. I'm not saying the same Winky Wright style, but in the essence of how they actually fight, it's like that. She keep that guard up, but she can let her hands go, jab you, hook off the jab, go to your body, either side, be right in front of you, and you can't really hit her like that. You can't really get your leverage off. You can touch her every now and again, but that's the fight. That's as the fight goes on. She did her thing today. I was glad to see her. I was wondering what happened to her. She's still very young. She was undisputed. I look for a future with her. And what she got coming, because she's gonna have to cross paths with some of these girls that are making the noise, but I don't think people are rushing to go fight her because Chantel Cameron is nice. Who else for it? Ellie Scotney. Man, and this gonna sound crazy. It's gonna sound crazy, but Ellie Scotney and the chick she fought from Mexico, that shit might be the fight of the year. That shit might be the fight of the year, especially women, like a women's fight of the year, definitely. But fight of the year material, I would joke with my lady and I said the chick that she fought, I was like, she's like the female pit bull, and she was literally like the female pit bull. Like, man, Ellie Scotney cranked her ass with so much form and so much, like, man, it was a beautiful, like the way Ellie Scotney, but it was like no matter how, I'm talking about chin twisting, head popping back, head, like this chick could take a licking and keep on ticking. Like, she would not quit. She was a dog. I'm like, man, she gotta be working out with Pitbull Cruz and that neck and that status. And it's like, man, she would not stop coming. She wound up, like, later on, you know, in the 9th and the 10th, she started doing a little bit more damage. But, like, Scotney, that damage and the way she was just punching, I'm talking about punching on her. And she got some power. This chick, she was 4'11", nothing but did not stop punching. She was like the Terminator. She just wouldn't quit. And it was a good fight. Yeah, like, yep. That short little Mexican chick was applying relentless pressure. You ain't lying. She was fighting for citizenship. That's a different motivation. Yeah, man. My lady kept saying she was fighting for the last taco. Like, you ain't gonna eat my last taco, bitch. So we was laughing, but like, man, hats off, man. That girl, I said, man, that girl, that chick that she was fighting, I said, Gonzalez, I said, she earned at least 5 more paydays. She earned at least 5 more paydays. They gonna want her to come back to put her up against anybody. She's a force. I don't see too many people being able to deal with it. And that fight was so good. I got to looking at it and I said, man, with the way Scotney is fighting and the way Gabriela Fundora is fighting, I'm like, man, I would like to see that. And then I realized, man, they like 10 pounds different. Like, that's how low Gabrielle is at. It's like, man, Gabrielle, you might have to eat some oatmeal, baby girl. You might have to eat some oatmeal, you know, and start getting you on that eggs and loaf of bread type, you know what I'm saying? Like, thicken you up so you can get up there and get some, like, because I want to see that. I would like to see that, but that, you know, it's a big difference now. 110 going from 110 to 122. That's a big hike, you know. So, and she's gonna do it, but salute to Scotney. Going over to Caroline Dubois and Terry Harper. I was big on Caroline Dubois. I still am big on her. I can see why 93 Octane said that based on that performance. I mean, it wasn't her best performance. She had her moments, but I'm not sure if it was because Terry Harper learned from the last time. Because, you know, I used to have an intro back when I was really rocking with Alicia. I used to have an intro with her, and that when she froze, I could play it. I ain't gonna play it. But when she froze, yeah, I might should. She froze Terry Harper. Look at this. Let me see. No, I still got it up here. Yeah, watch this, y'all. Welcome to Bodywork.
Please fasten your seatbelts.
had 11 Olympians and over 800 national champs. And all those men, they wouldn't do half the work that she do. And I'm seeing it from the young ladies. These last 2 years, when you think about it, all the good fights is coming from the women. The guys is ducking each other, looking for the easy way. Hey, I'm telling you like it is, you know? So again, you know, this young lady done did everything I asked of, and she did more. And I'm watching all the young ladies that's boxing now. It's like they trying to prove they better than men. Now, we knew they was kind of there, but now they showing that they mean. You know, in the old days in Philly, we call these guys crazy. And that's the way these women are. So when you go back home, speak nice to you.
When you go back home, speak nice to your lady. But yeah, that's back when I was really rocking with women's boxing, man. I said, because I realized, man, they are women, and we can't talk about them the way we do men. Like, people act like we can, but we don't. You can't. It's just like when people, sometimes when ladies jump in and they want to start talking boxing, they want you to talk to them like, you know, you on a date or something. Like, it's like, no, we all talking boxing. So when I start seeing some of the biases and how, you know, how everybody acted after AB popped versus how everybody acted after Conor Ben popped, and I started seeing how Clarissa was acting and how people wouldn't keep it 100 on her, keep it 10 times 10 on her, I kind of got away from it. But in the beginning, when that freeze frame, like when she caught her with that right, that overhand right, froze her, she didn't even know where she was. She had time to run up behind her and hit her again, and then the ref had to jump in. That was Terry. I think Terry might have learned from that experience. She didn't just rush in. Like, she stayed her distance. She knew she couldn't afford to get hit with that double impact from Dubois. Now, Dubois did hit her right in the head. I thought it was a body shot, but when you go back and you look at it, she hit her right in the head and sat her down. And I don't know what was going on with Caroline, sweet Caroline, But the girl can thump. Her defense, she had flashes of like, man, her slip game, like she can slip, bob, weave, and if she catch you, I just think it's about the tactic. I wish she would just stick with her jab the whole time and get a little bit more lateral. Get a little bit more lateral, and know when you can hurt your girl. Don't admire your work. But I'm still high on Caroline. I can't wait to see her and Alicia. That's like the fans win. Regardless, whoever we pick, whatever go on. I seen the headlines with her saying that, AB's a drug cheat and stuff. But that's between them. I know the world has forgiven Alicia and they moved on past it because the test got threw out and, all this other, like, just like with the Saburo, when they get relieved or whatever, of whatever it was, then the conversation should change and it be that. But people still pick and choose when they want to point the finger at people that, have pop and are on PEDs or had prior offenses and all that. Like, it's gotta be a standard to all of that. Since that was in the female, I still be watching and paying attention to the boxers that I like, but I like Jessica Camara. I like what's her name? What's the Hornet? I call it Senicia Estrada. That's the one who Chris Mannix actually married. Like, Senicia Estrada is probably the nicest. She got the nicest. She's like the Bam Rodriguez, a female boxer. I don't know why. I think she wanted to start a family. I think they did have a baby. But like, that's one of my favorite. Like, Senicia Estrada was my favorite. I call her the Punisher.
I was wondering where she went at.
Yeah, she got married to Chris Big Head Mannix. Chris Big Head Blue Suit Mannix. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
he got him one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he got him one.
So
because
she could go. You see how nice she can go to the body, the head. Like, she was so fast and so powerful and so sharp, man. Like that she was a tough cookie, man. Like, that little lady.
But wasn't she having like a little problems with Golden Boy or something like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, bro, boxing is one of those sports like treated like jail. Like you'll be like, damn, you heard from such and such. I ain't seen such and such in a long time. Old time they done retired. They got locked up or something. You feel me? Like, boxing is crazy. I remember because I liked her style. Like you said, I liked her style. That's when women's boxing was like frequent. Like, you'll have a woman card on damn near every show on the Zone, or because before Jake Paul, all the females was on the Zone. Yeah, like top rank here and there, but mostly the Zone.
Yep. And it was popping, and then they started seeing that they could make money, and then the politics started coming in. So I think they kind of hit, because when you got plans and you don't want to fully commit and you worth some money, like, because she can put some butts in seats. You get to show her highlights. People gonna be like, when's she fighting? I want to see her. Like, that's how she was. Like, she's bad, but they were playing that politic game, and the same thing. They did it with Chideja for a little while. You know what I'm saying? She did have her setback. But like right now, if you look at what Clarissa is doing, and that's why I didn't like seeing I didn't hear Clarissa. I'm gonna give Clarissa a fair shake today. I did not hear Clarissa say anything crazy or hood today. I didn't see, she kind of represented today. At first I was like, why is she with Caroline? I don't want to see, she do not need to rub off on that girl. That girl is like, she say, listen, I talk because I'm an entertainer. She was like, but really, I do everything in the ring. So it was always business for me. It might have been personal for Terry, but it was business for me. So I'm seeing that Clarissa really didn't rub off on her. But like, Clarissa is talking about fighting this other chick now. And I'm like, no, it should be like now, Shadeja finally do what she needed to do. A la like Ryan, getting the belt, getting the strap, making it worth something, making it worth your while. She's up there around your weight class, closer to that, and you going off in left field, picking some obscure name. Like, people like the chick that she talking about, but like, we know she should be fighting Shadeja. That should be all the talk. Like, I follow this chick. It's called the Clapoose Network. She all things Clarissa Papoose. She be breaking it down. And I think she know a little bit of boxing. Because she was the first one I actually seen her put out. She like, here goes Clarissa, ducking Shadeja Green for, I'm not even gonna say the girl name because I don't even want to push that fight. But women's boxing got politics, and now they know they can get paid. See, it's not that hard to make. It's only so many fish in the sea when it comes to the women. So they can't play but so much. So when they really want to fight, they make fights happen. We should have had like 2 or 3 trilogies. We could have had like way more Undisputeds. We could have been saw a lot of these fights. But see, now the promoters and these managers, they already know, like, hey, hold on, you know what I'm saying? We can milk this. Like, it's a demand. It's not that many. So you can snoot your nose up in the air. You can make these little funny moves and talk the way you want to talk and never really make the fight until, like, it's almost over for you. You know, and you can just get a bag out, like, right last minute. Like, the women have found that out. That's why I don't condone how Clarissa is moving, you know, as far as this opponent selection. Is looking funny in the light.
Yeah, keep trying to recycle opponents and shit. Like, bro, we know and you know who you should be fighting next, and it's not even a secret. She said Tank was scary. She said Tank is scary. Not only he's scary. When I leave boxing, I'm beating all these bitches ass. Okay, bro. Y'all, I'm telling you, bro, they talk a good game. But don't never make the fight of the people who is actively in the light calling them out. It's like they look right over them. They be like, hey, I'm down here. Yeah, I'm right here. They looking way over. They looking in the sun, damn near ready, burn their eyes out, trying to find somebody else. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, you hit it on the nose. They done tainted women's boxing. They done tainted them because you can say what you want. All right. What's her name? What's the Puerto Rican chick name?
Serrano.
Serrano. Yeah, Amanda Serrano. Both of them made the millie. They got eyes. Oh, like, man, I'm telling you, there's probably a couple women that want to box now. I'm telling you. And they extended. Did they ever extend it to 3 minutes or not?
The WBC is the only one I think that won't allow them to do it. 3 minutes. Yeah. But it was a fight. Chantel Cameron, she fought. That's probably like my second or third favorite boxer. Oh, Tanisha is retired, but like she's up there on my list. She fought 3 3-minute rounds, like a champ, like a G.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all want to be all up in there, y'all gotta get up in there. Like, and you gotta think about it. You got what's the calm sister to Fondora. Man, like, yeah, they know what's up, man. It's the manager, especially Clarissa manager. Like, I heard he on that funny stuff. So all that recycling and, bro, come on, bro. Like, I watched that fight. I'm like, bro, it's not even like, bro, after like what, the third, second round, she was done. Like, I ain't even want to watch it anymore. Like, Clarissa doing these explosive ass combinations and all that, but not stopping her. I'm like, yeah, bro, it's time for you to get an opponent that actually fights, not doing slow jabs. Like, she might as well retire too. Even though she's from Baltimore, she might as well think about retirement. It's like, bro, that fight should have told you.
Yeah, but she might have a case against Clarissa because they got that whole entourage got into it. And she wound up falling down. Yeah, so she might not, and I'm like, I don't know, because normally I was sleeping on her too, but she got dogged because she wound up dogging out Shadeja. I never saw that coming. I had to eat crow on that. I was like, man, I had never seen her. I would never seen somebody do that to Shadeja at that point, but she thugged it out. Like, she out hustled. Like, she out hustled her. But so I had to kind of give her leeway on it to say, man, maybe her knee was messed up.
Yeah, it ain't look like she really was like trying to, get up in her grill type shit, like how she usually did. Rip the frontal off and get up in her grill. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, dang, Carissa, she know what she's doing, man. That's why they get to that point and then they chill out. That's why I kind of like Serrano and Alicia, even though she pop, but hey, who's to say? I want to see how. That's what I say. I want to see how when certain bosses get caught with anything. I want to see how the public react because Alicia Baumgartner, yeah, she popped dirty and all that, but I don't think her aura really left her. Like I don't think her aura left her because it's one thing to be knocking business out and like, oh yeah, and you running through punches. Man, she been in some good fights. And Carissa been in some good fights, but Carissa want to down her, keep bringing that up. That's why I like that pop and dirty. You said like certain fighters. I don't like using bias, but it's like certain fighters you can clearly see it's helping them. But the other ones, I'd be like, damn, they was they pop dirty. You feel me? Like I can't really, see how she, what benefit it took on Felicia Baumgartner. Like I remember back then Charlo, when a certain channel, that fake ass chump side, try to bring up the water bottle and all that shit. Like, bro, didn't he lose the first fight? Didn't he lose the first fight? I'm pretty sure he had the same water bottle. Like, bro, that's why I like when you said that. Like, certain excuses, like, don't put it on everything because it'll make it look, like phony. Like, if he had a water bottle that was benefiting him in any way, he should have used that shit the first fight when he lost, clearly.
But they do, to your point, they do this because I remember when Michelle Rivera and Frank Martin fought. And going into that fight, Michelle Rivera, he was doing the whole Ali thing. I used to like him too. I used to kind of like him. I used to, you know what I'm saying? I like this dude.
I like gimmicks. I said I like gimmicks. Like yeah, kind of like WWE. I like gimmicks when people like, you feel me? A personality.
Yeah, I liked it before I actually got to know more of what he was. Like he was pumping that image, man. I'm like, okay, I like it. He giving homage, he paying homage. He had that kind of style. He could kind of float a little bit. But in that Frank Martin fight, Frank Martin actually outboxed him and dropped him. And then come to find out, he had popped. He had popped in that fight with Frank Martin, dropped him and outboxed him. And nobody was looking at, like, if you was looking at boxing skills at that point, you would say, oh, yeah, this guy could probably outbox Frank because Frank was a late starter. But Frank can box. He beat Virgil Ortiz in the amateurs. He can box, but he got a little bit of explosiveness and he's more athletic. So it was going to take him time to actually get in the rounds and get the experience with the actual boxing. He hasn't been doing it all. He used to play football for real. So when that happened and he dropped Michelle Rivera and just beat him, you know what I'm saying, hands down beat him, nobody said nothing about Michelle Rivera popping hot. There wasn't all this it wasn't all this outrage and all this other stuff. This wasn't like when Alberto Puello popped and he popped for something that was going to help him actually have a baby. And guess what? He wound up going ahead and having a baby. It's like you got to judge these things. That's different than what happened with Gianna back in this Maldonium, which that's a known thing that people of other sports have gotten popped and it's banned wide. It ain't no gray area on it. It's already a known thing. So it's no way that stuff can get in there. Like, it's not like that. It's a case by case. The thing is, when Michelle Rivera, when he popped hot, TBV actually let him get up there and call Tank a bitch and all this other stuff and all. I'm like, so y'all do not keep the same energy, because anytime the Ryan conversation come up, they make it a point to attach that to it. And I'm like, that's like, y'all some bitches. Like, for real, that's some whole ass shit, because y'all gave this man a platform to say that and like do an interview, like kicking it with him, letting him come on and everything, like just talking all kind of right. I'm like, first of all, you lost to Frank Martin, you pop hot, and then like you calling out Tank. Tank is at 35. Like you going up to 40. Like, I mean, and then I think just talking about going to 47. But karma is something, because when that happened with guys like that, then they fall off into obscurity and their karma deal with them because they don't get the fights. One, they're skilled enough to where people don't really like, it's like, oh, he could probably outbox me. But then it's like, oh, well, I might have to fight him and he's dirty. Like, you mess up your own whatever. But we as fans, we do not keep the same energy. That's why I always wait and see who brings these things up in the conversation. Like when you talk to a fan and they want to harp on that and they just stay on that, then it's like, okay, you already know what it is, because you don't keep the same energy when it comes to everybody popping hot. You know, you would be just as adamant. You'd be like, oh no, with all of them, you wouldn't be all on Conor Ben right now. You would have fell back like I did. I don't fuck with Conor Ben, and his performances have not been the same. You can even count with the Eubanks thing. That dude was drained, like, and people permitted it. That's why when Ryan won, and the first thing Shakur said, "Oh yeah, man, we're gonna have to have VADA." And then when the rematch after Ryan won and he beat that, first thing Devin said, "Oh man, yeah, we're gonna have to start drug testing right now." It's like, man, yeah, there are some hoes, man. That's some hoe ass. Like, come on, y'all. Like, am I lying though?
No, bro. Because it's funny you say that, because I watched Alicia fight. It don't look like she lost a step. Bro, you watch Conor Ben fight, he don't look nothing like he was. That man, you know what they was trying to do? They was trying to put Sean Porter in the ring with a juice to the gill as a UK fighter, bro. This man was calling, matter of fact, he was calling out Sean Porter and Adrian Broner.
Yeah, that's why Blair was the first one in this unorthodox way who got to AB. But yeah, they all was chasing him because Boots was trying it. Sean Porter was like, nah, I'm not fighting him. No, Keith Thurman said he didn't know Boots. They all was gunning for them. But like when you look at how Conor Ben put out Chris Algieri, you like, oh yeah. I was like, because at first I was like, nah, him and Boots, I was still wearing it. When I seen him do that to Algieri, I said, yeah, let him go at it. I said, let him go at it. And then the egg situation happened. He ain't looked the same since.
And to your point, they let that man get in front of the cameras. To each his own. He kind of, all right, he said what he said. You could agree with it or not. But they let that man get on the camera and say, he should never fight again. I got daughters and this, that, and the third. Bro, you introducing. You just as bad as him. You got superpowers in that bitch ready to kill somebody. That's assault.
But listen, this is the thing. This is the nugget that nobody's talking about. Fun fact. The G-Man's sister just came out here recently and they asked her in the interview. They asked her, do you think that Conor Ben's father, Nigel, was he on something? She said yes. Everybody knew it. She was like, it was all this speculation. If you go back and look it up, everybody was saying it. So the Dark Destroyer did that to G-Man, and he's never like you can see G-Man to this day. He's never, and the G-Man was that guy. So it's a history of it. So it's like for that to even happen with Conor Ben, it's like, no, I'm not like, no, that ain't no coinky dink, bro. That's why I say when you gotta factor that in when you go to these other areas and all that, and in part I'm like damn right when Tank said that, like, because certain people, man, you don't know if everybody in on it. Why would you? Like, think about it. Would you put it past them? Like, no. if you know that you allow this to go by, like, let's just say everybody was in. Let's just say comprehensively, because most of the time that's how it gotta work. Like, it's gotta be a couple people. This is it's like a heist or a robbery. Like, it gotta be some insiders. It gotta be some people like to allow that to go like comprehensively. Like, so you think then if it was us against them, it was like one of our biggest people, like one of our baddest names, and it was like everything on the line. They going over there. You gonna put it past them? I'm not.
Bro, money green, man. Money is green. How the hell did Margarito get to wrap his hands like that with that stuff on his hand wrap.
That many times.
That many times, bro. And just like that, they were trying to put Floyd in the ring with him, bro. Like you got like you said, it gotta be all conclusive, bro. Everybody into it. Cause boxing, it's like I was watching this documentary of this one boxer. It was like, back in the day. Not back in the day, probably like 80s, 90s. The man, his fighter wanted to leave. Like wanted to leave his management, whatever. Man, his manager, it's not funny, but his manager drugged him and let the nigga knock him out damn near to death. And everybody left, and his manager was telling everybody like, "No, I got him. I'm gonna call the ambulance." And he left them in there, like to die. So like, bro, this this shit ain't no game, bro. Like, even fucking sports, football. It was a whole bounty going on with the Saints one year.
Yep.
The Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like when almost got in trouble for it. Debo, James Harrison, whatever his name is. He like, yeah, because it was a whole thing with Lamar when he first came in, and everybody was like, yeah, how you stop Lamar? Debo was like, shit, when he hand that ball off and fake it, and he don't got the ball, you still hit his ass. He kept saying that, like, yeah, hit him you gotta injure him and all. I'm like, bro, you better chill. Like, they used to put bounties on heads, like, so don't. I hate when they act like it's so far off. Like with the Ryan thing. See, with the Ryan thing, if that was real serious, like he really cheated, he would have never got caught for that. Like never. They would have swept that under the rug, bro. Like I ain't saying he didn't. He did, but bro, if it was that serious for what Devin would have got his ass beat down there to death, bro, they would have swept that under the rug if that was really serious. That man Ryan got caught by the New York Athletic Commission and all that. Everything was in the open. If he really got cheated, like how they say he did, they would have never found an ounce of oxygen in him. They would have never came out with it. Like, I hate when people keep bringing it up. But bro, if Ryan really like juice to the gills like that, I think Devin would have got stopped, just like everybody else that got cheated got stopped.
Yeah, Devin would have got done bad. Like Devin would have got done bad. Like he would have. And this is my point. See, this is what I don't get. It's like if you're gonna do that, then we gotta talk. Like every time Canelo fight, we gotta have a big ass discussion. Like right before every fight, because they changed the levels. See, and when it happened with Silbril Matias, they had made the little rule or whatever to where it's like, because it's like they figuring that it's not one of them things. It's not like somebody like straight up taking meldonium or it's like or like a rap. Like it's different kinds of cheating. Like if somebody give you a downer right before you go in, that's a form of cheating, right? So another form of cheating is like, what's what people don't realize. This is an example. It's a lot of speculation, and this is alleged. So I'm not saying this because I want them ones where it's like, benefit of doubt and burden of proof. That's all up in the air. But there's a lot of people that feel like Maidana actually hit Adrian Broner with some shit. Like now he caught him. He caught him with a punch. But they trying to say he might have had some shit in there, like in his, you know what I'm saying? They saying, and I'm like, man, they kind of, you can get caught to where, Adrian ain't never been the same since that.
And it's crazy. Exactly what I just said. Nothing never came out about if anything was involved in that fight. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like, bro, when you get cheated, you get cheated, bro. Like everybody's in on it.
And then look, these be the same people. Like, do you notice how the same people that's the Ryan people, they don't say nothing about the man with the busted gloves? Oh yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Exploding gloves, bro.
Explode, like and they let them still fight. Nobody. I'm like, so if you're gonna say, that's why I don't even step in that shit. I'm like, I'm not stepping in it because The minute you step in it, you got to be like that with them all. And it's like, okay, you can be that guy. It's a channel that do that. Like, it's channel that just focus on that aspect. Go there. But like when you flip flop about it, when you be like, oh no, this wasn't that, but then you every other word or the first thing you say is that, I can't listen to nothing else you got to say. Let's move on to somebody else.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so the whole thing with Alicia, bro, like, she came back and she don't look like she lost a step, unlike others who go in there like Canelo. Since they raised that shit, he ain't really been doing nothing either, in my opinion. He been getting outboxed left and right. Like, he been getting his ass whooped. Like, it's not even like a secret anymore. You could say that about Ryan too. See, with Ryan, I don't expect him like to cheat before the Devin fight. Like, you know, Tank and them was having speculations around the time because you know around that time everybody was trying to leave Eddie Reynoso because all of them was popping, bro. All of them. What's the dude name down at 122?
You got Oscar Valdez.
The one that got knocked out by what the hell his name was? Shit. You know, the little dude.
Yeah, what's his name?
He was not his shit. Oh man. But after that, after he popped, he wasn't really like that. Yeah, like
he'd had like 6 or 7. He'd had like 6, maybe 7 people pop.
Yeah. Ryan straight dip. You know, like Ryan straight dip. Like, so I ain't saying it was a powerful Ryan to cheat. All I'm saying is, man, Devin would have got done way. And I ain't condoning cheating because that's what they like to say. Like, oh, you support cheaters. No. I'm just saying, like, bro, it's been like, have respect for the ones who actually got cheated. Like, actually got in there with somebody, like you just brought it up. Wilder was beat damn near to death, bro. And I ain't the biggest fan either, but like, it's clear that man, Mike, I watched that fight. I paid for the pay-per-view. And I couldn't believe what I was saying in that, bro. That was like a public lynching. Like, I don't mean to get on the black side, but that was a public lynching in front of everybody.
It
like,
was.
That man, what? He was talking all that shit. Like, yeah, I like Tyson Fury. I'm like, bro, after that fight, I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't like his ass after that. I'm sorry. He beat his ass, like, and for everybody saying, hey, how stuff get in the ring without, like we just said, bro, it's an all conclusive. He got let with whatever he had on him, whatever he had in him. That shit got swept under the rug, and all you seen was a Wilder with a bloodied up ear. Like, bro, that's like some MMA shit. Like, I'm talking about ear. Like his shit was bust. You know how many fighters get hit on the head and don't nothing? I think you could barely get cauliflower ear in boxing like that, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, bro, your shit not supposed to leak like that. I'm sorry. That's like, and you could see the effects it had on his body because he ain't been the same. I'm sorry. That took years off his boxing career, bro. He ain't been the same. He ain't been.
His punch resistance, man. It's like, and you got PTSD, and it's a lot of times they say when you get your bell rung, it's like when you get your bell rung or you get knocked out, it's like your body as a defense mechanism, it's easy to do it again. Like it makes it easier and easier because it already experienced it, so it want to shut down faster to mitigate the damage. It's a science. So that's why I say y'all can keep suiting them up and telling them, yeah, man, and saying, yeah. Like I seen some title and I clicked in to hear what they were saying. They was like, he came back and made a statement.
No,
I'm like, a statement. I'm like, man, that's why I say I don't even really be wanting to talk or go nowhere because it's like you gonna sound like you sound like a hater. I'm like, man, that wasn't. If that was a statement, I don't know who did he make the statement to.
They would try and bait you in. They that's how they. I'm catching on now. They bait people in with that, bro. They know damn well that was in no statement. Come on, bro. A statement is predominant. Like, yeah, I'm here. They trying to throw that man in there with Usyk.
Man, that was the sloppy. Yeah, because they want to get a permanent statue, dog. They are trying to get a statue of that man, dog. And they want to add Usyk on. They want to make it because they always saying he top 5 all time. I'm like, man, y'all, okay, y'all can have that shit. But let's transition into something else real quick. Let's transition into Tszyu. That's why the title say the pause. Episode number 9. Wilder and Tszyu get dubs. The butter is we talked about Wilder in that performance. But the Tszyu performance, he gets a leg up because he's been active. He's been more active than Errol. You know, you hard body if you can go out for 3 years and come back, because this is a young man sport. And when somebody said it the other day, they was like, he 36. I was like, 36? I was like, what they talk about? I looked it up. I said, damn, Errol is 30. Like, it's like 3 years and just added on to that, man. I still thought he was 33. I was still stuck, you know what I'm saying, at 33. But when I seen Tszyu, he was in there with a guy who he had a little offense, but for Tszyu was just lining him up in full throttle, just cracking him. Like, I was like, man, unless Errol, and if Errol's punch resistance ain't there, you know, or Errol go through a PTSD thing, where when he get hit, he do like Tszyu did when he finally got hit by Bakram after the cut. Like, unless we see something like that, and Errol ain't Errol, because Errol don't do tune-ups, and he's stubborn as a mule. I love him like a play cousin, but Errol is stubborn as a mule. He got the dub, but I don't think if Errol is 80%, if he's that 80%, like the Errol that fought Ugas, the Errol that fought Danny, man, he gonna beat the shit out of Tszyu. And I got respect for Tszyu. But what you think?
I agree, bro. I agree. Yeah, if he even 80%, that's why I think he took that time off. Like, people want to say, they gonna say what they want. Oh yeah, he should stay retired, or yeah. But if you think about it, Earl, Ben needed that little break because that man went through the gauntlet, bro.
Yeah,
he done fought, man. Everybody, man, that man went through the gauntlet even before he even smelt the Terrence Crawford, and that's what I didn't like about the situation. Terrence Crawford got to sit back, bro. Like, he got to sit back and watch the whole show, and you know, he just, hey, now all of a sudden you can go to PBC and, hey, man, I want to see the books and all that. And, yeah, we're gonna toss the coin up and all this, that, and the third, because you need me. You ain't need me at first, but I convinced you to need me, and that's what happened. But yeah, Tszyu, if you think about it though, like, he's been built up for anybody. Like, I think it was supposed to be for Charlo, but man, he been built up for somebody to do, you know, dominate. I don't like how it happened with Fondora. Like, I think that was kind of phony. Like, you know,
you don't like how what?
Huh?
You don't like how what?
The whole thing with Fondora happened when his head got split and all that. Yeah, I ain't really like that ending because, you know, that gave him that sense like, dang, like, now I got a weakness. But yeah, Earl was gonna, if he even 80, like you said, that's a comeback fight for the agent. And you know, Earl, he got he had years to like adapt his body to where it was supposed to be at. You get what I'm saying? Like instead of like jumping right into 154 like what he was trying to, because he definitely is stubborn. But yeah, he had time to build himself into it. Like that's what he should have did. But hey, you can't turn back the hands of time. But and that's like pretty much a fight that he needs to get back. Even though he don't do the turn-ups, he should have took probably Keith Thurman the way he looked. He might as well have came back against Keith Thurman.
Hey, I wanted him to take the Tony Harrison fight. I'm like, Tony, he right now.
That's another one. That's another one. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's another one. Like, because the Fundora, what you going to think about the Fundora fight?
Man, nah, not right away. And Errol, my man, I don't want Earl to do it. Yeah, I don't want Earl. That's the
only thing I agree with.
Yeah, I don't want Errol unless Errol know. Errol know, Errol know. But like, unless Errol know that okay, he still really got, got something in the tank, and he really was, he did it the right way to where it's like he listened to his body and he had his mind right and he got over, But you could tell from his frame. Because Errol used to get big, you know what I'm saying? You could tell from his frame. His frame is down. Yeah. He looking more like how Jamel be going around. Like Jamel don't gain no weight. He stay like Floyd. He right around 54. He don't gotta really. It ain't no fat camp or nothing that. He just getting to work. He might have to cut like a couple 5-6 pounds or something, and then but that's nothing. Like he's right there. He ain't really cutting. So I got faith from Errol, and Errol says, "Oh, you think sweet? I'm gonna do you bad."
Yeah, I seen on Instagram he posted what Tszyu said about the let's catch the big fish, and he put the laughing emoji. Like, bro, this is comical because like. That man don't really like he emotionless. Like all he do is laugh, and people think he was supposed to be down and miserable. That's what I hate about this boxing shit, bro. They want the Earl to be miserable as I don't know what to the point where though they can make videos about it. And like you seen everybody jump ship to Boots. Boots ain't had about like what Boots? How much Boots noise Boots made since he retired? You get what I'm saying? Like in Boots, yeah, I fuck with Boots, but like they really jump ship, and you know what I'm talking about. They jump ship, and he ain't had one big fight, 2 big fights. You supposed to be taking over by now. Like, but hey, that's how this superstar stuff go. Like you got it, you're not. I don't care how much you get knocked out. You gotta have that shit, bro.
And look, and the thing is about Errol, he's always had class.
Yeah.
Like Errol done came to fights to go see, like, you know how they say, oh, he should go to the fight. Errol done pulled up at fights. He always talked to everybody. And this is the thing. We just seen Keith Thurman get his ass out that ring with Fundora. Errol, he was right there. Errol showed up at the post press conference, like face and all, and said, listen, he was the better man, and I'm gonna come back. I want my get back. He even did that little thing with his son. He's like, yeah, we're gonna get our get back, son. It was like Errol has always been nothing but class, and people hate him for it. Meanwhile, you got people that they say some of the most outrageous, disrespectful things, and we supposed to put on knee pads. It's like, nah, man. Y'all don't even put on knee pads. Y'all don't even give. We ain't even ask people to put on no knee pads for nobody. But we said just give this man a proper salute. Like let's just say that he fought these guys when they was on top as champions, like when they still had something to lose.
Hey, yo, that knee pad shit, though, that gotta be trademarked. Cause it's the truth, like. Bro, you know Brad, man, Coach Brad, man?
Yeah.
I seen an interview with him. He was saying like, yeah, he think Bud is a all-time great, right? Like one of the all-time greats. He was like, but he be arguing with his homeboy because his homeboy said, which his homeboy is logical as I don't know what. You know, you got your two sides every time. He said, how can Bud be an all-time great when he keep downing Errol Spence, who was his best win up to date? And Bradman was like, you know, he was like, I had to agree with him right there because if you want to be all-time great, you can't down Errol because one, he gave you a chance, and two, that's your best win before you got your fight with Canelo because of Errol. Mm-hmm. And it's like, bro, like people, I'm glad he said that because people just let him say stuff like that in these interviews and don't check him about it. Like, bro, because they want to hear, they got something against Errol because who he is. So they like to hear that negative shit that he be saying. Like, bro, how can you down and say he's not a Hall of Famer? Then you not a Hall of Famer, bro. You can't be because that's your biggest fight. Nobody even knew you before that. You wouldn't be getting no interview after interview after interview. You had to beg for interviews. Now you get asked for interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that shit, bro. Cause like, you can't like Devin. You can't down Tank. Shakur, you cannot down Tank in every interview because one y'all gonna have to fight him for any of y'all to get any type of respect. Cause I don't care who y'all fight. And two, bro, what's the point of saying he's scared if anybody you fight after him is not gonna mean anything? That's the machine y'all got. Pump y'all, well, mostly Shakur, because Devin, they had jumped ship from Devin. But yeah, that's the machine y'all got. Like, y'all can't keep downing each other. Like, bro, that's even worse than Ryan saying he don't think Tank gonna fight anybody and all that. Bro, he beat you and the nigga that beat you. Like,
yeah, he beat you. No, he stopped you. He stopped you, and he stopped the guy that you got your title from. Yeah, it's like, make it like, that's why I don't even entertain. Like, but let me address the point you said about the closer.
Oh, go ahead.
I think this is how I compartmentalize what the closer be saying. I think that from that area, I believe that it's just this thing with them to where it's a rule. Like, we ain't giving them no respect. We ain't giving them no credit. Like, we just not. Like, we could say whatever we want because we beat them, basically. But that don't apply. Like, I just think that because I've seen where they kind of, in hindsight, they'll try to clean it up, but they be so like full of themselves. And I think it's just a mindset. It's just a mindset to where they can't allow you to get like to feel like you anything. Cause you know, I beat the shit out of you. Like, cause their fans, they have that same thing. Their fans, they have the same thing. Like, just us saying that, they're gonna be saying, "Oh yeah, the Bud haters are out here now," and it's like, no, it's like it makes no sense for you to say something like that, man. Like, when you got lit because of that man, and you said this was so funny. He said he wanted Thurman, and Thurman was the man, but why that never happened? So was it always somebody else's fault? But how was it always somebody else's fault? But the guys that they be hating on and saying it, like the Tanks of the world, the big fights, they done made them because they were the big fight. They make the big fights. Like, yeah, they need a dance partner, but they make the big fight. When you look at certain people, even when we fast forward to what's going on with Devin right now, it's like you are in the driver's seat as far as what everybody's pushing, as far as the machine. And you know, yeah, you got the accolade salad going on. You got everything. You got lettuce, tomato. You got some croutons in there, even though I don't really eat them. You got some onions. You got the crazy Italian dressing. You got a couple different cheeses in there, some olives. You got all that shit. But you always finding a way not to make the fight and making it seem like it's somebody else. When you be the common denominator. So for me, I just think it's something where they feel like they can't give you credit. Like it's like a rule where they just can't because it makes no sense. It's like you just outside of that, and then the fact that okay, well, what did Floyd do to Canelo? Like what did Floyd do to Canelo? That'll almost be like if Ryan go off in the sunset and he unify or get undisputed or something. It's like Tank, stop the dude. Like anybody that was on that, like so Floyd did what he did to Canelo way back. You know what I'm saying? When did Canelo get better after Floyd? Of course, but at that time he wasn't no baby, and Floyd was older. He was aged. He made it look like easy work, but they be trying to say that the one fight, this last fight, was a better performance. I'm like, man, stop it, y'all. Stop it, man.
Bro, yes.
That shit is textbook, bro. Like even the lady who tried to say it was a draw, like, man, they should have called her in and made her put on a diaper and then fired the shit out of her, bro.
Just fired her, bro. Like, hey, yeah, you get fired on your day off. Like,
it was clinical. That was clinical. Now, after the fact, now after these wars, after the knee brace, after the popping hot, after the like, come on, man, like, but that's he who controls the printed page, controls the thinking of his age, like trying to rewrite history and trying to disrespect like us. We can't disrespect our ancestors, like the people who came and went before us. Like that's crazy. Like think about all the people that was here before us that they invented stuff and did all that. In real life, we can't do that. We can't be like, oh man, fuck Thomas Edison. Like that shit that Shakur be saying, we can't say nothing like what he be saying. Like he said Ray Robinson was booty cheek. Like, bro, no respect. That's why I say it ain't no respect. That's why you kind of gotta like take what they say with a grain of salt or choose to ignore them like they're special. When they didn't say it so much, I treat them like they special. Like they don't really know no better. And that's what keeps me, you know what I'm saying, grounded. Because it's like, as soon as I hear it, my brain computes so fast, I be like, hey, yeah, they don't know no better, bro.
Yeah, he said, how can he get the Fundora fight before me when I beat him? I'm like, bro, okay, we get it. You beat Errol. You ain't got to keep saying it, bro. You ain't got to you didn't get the fight. Okay. All right. Whoop-de-doo. Like, I got you. You ain't gotta keep saying you beat Errol. You ain't gotta keep reminding us. Like, even with the Canelo thing that you brought up, what they was like when Canelo was on his little run a couple years ago, they was even saying like, yeah, you think Floyd would have beat you right now? And they try to revamp history like that never happened. Like Floyd never beat him. And I'm like, bro, that's crazy you said that because that's what they try to do. Like, I thought that losses ain't matter. You know, when they pick and choose what they want to apply to, they say, hey man, you know, all the greats lost. They got 2-3 losses on their record. But Errol got one, bro. And they man, it's like it's terrible. Yeah. Only in boxing, man. Only in boxing.
Because it was a rite of passage. Like, it's some people that believe, man, if you ain't took one, if it's, you know, it's a rite of passage. It was almost like, but, you know, not that you had to lay down, but like, shit, if it happened, that was your rite of passage. Like, that's what made you, that's really like breaking your church. Like, really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because look, I could have sworn, like, because when I first started back watching boxing, I used to be on YouTube a lot. And I seen that Roy Jones had beat, Bernard Hopkins, right? But the second fight, you would have never thought Bernard Hopkins lost to him because they was talking like it was a big fight again. Like, yeah, I deserve 50, I deserve 60. You know, they was going back and forth like that whatever the loss they had back then, it never existed because Bernard Hopkins had reinvented himself. You feel me? It was on a run. But these days, they take that loss shit like it never like it's not a rite of passage no more. It's like you're done unless you certain fighters. You get what I'm saying? Like,
it's certain fighters. it's certain fighters, bro. It's certain fighters because they'll say, "What? He ain't undefeated." I'm like, I still be hearing people say that. What? He ain't undefeated. I'm like, man, bro, like, man, it's just
Yeah, bro.
it be
Like,
too much to
what?
talk to. It's too much to speak to. It's like this is boxing.
This is boxing, bro.
If you fighting the best, you gotta look at the success Errol had. And I hate to turn this all into an Errol show, but like, listen, they disrespect the champ, man. He was the people's champ. Like he went through the nobody wasn't trying to see that everybody ducked that. They be trying to say that with Boots, which is what we're gonna end off with. We're gonna land on Boots, like we gonna say all out on Boots. But they be trying to say that, you know, nobody, it was a point in time when nobody really fighting them, but the belts was locked up. And then it was a little bit of, okay, certain people was in position. They like, why would I even jeopardize that? If I stay right where I'm at, I'm gonna get this shot right here. But like at a point in time, nobody was trying to fight Errol. He had to go out there and do it. Like he had to go out there and like he had to go get it.
I was ready to say he had people on his side of the street where he was trying to clean up, ducking them. You get what I'm saying? Like
Keith Thurman turned into a prima donna.
But real quick, talking about who's that boy? Sean Porter, which was his homeboy, so called, ain't even want to give him that fight first. Like we wanted to be pay-per-view. You know, Danny Garcia had to let everybody else fight him before he even fought him, and then want to get in the ring and shit. Like, come on, man. They was ducking that man on his own side of the street, and they talking about how the fuck he was going to get to Crawford if his own fighters on his own network was ducking. Come on, bro. That man went all over. He had to get the belt back that Sean lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, they disrespect. I don't think they disrespect the old greats like how they do this generation of greats. Like the old ones, they got their respect because they, you know, we fought everybody. We fought everybody back. Which they did. But these days, you get zero. And I don't even think you gonna get it when you retire because Errol been retired and they still was talking shit about him, bro. Like, but we can go ahead to the next convo because
no, they were. That's why I hope. I hope Errol is Errol, man. As far as performance wise, if he anything like the Ugas Errol or like the Danny Errol, I'm good with that. I appreciate that. Even though I'm a ride for Errol either way, because I mean, shit, it is what it is. You went through the gauntlet, man. You the people's champ, so. You know, it is what it is. Like, but all eyes on Boots right now, and this is the precursor to where Boots could really take off. Boots could really take off if he do what he's supposed to do in this fight. And the reviews are mixed. I'm not sure what you're hearing or what you think is what's going to go on, but like,
no, you're right.
How you feel about it?
Well, I've been like, you know, I've been tuning into a couple little outlets, but mainly TikTok. I was on there and Corey Spence. I think he familiar with Xander Zayas and his camp and all that. And they was on Zad's channel. And, you know, Zad, you know, I learned a thing about these like former fighters sometimes. I think it's not that they biased or anything. I just think they like to enjoy watching it like from afar, like the athleticism and all that. They don't really like to get into like the world, like, you know, how they used to be. You know what I'm saying? They like to just sit back and enjoy, like kind of like basketball. Some legends, they be like, I love watching Kevin Durant. You know, they like to just sit back and enjoy it. So he's saying that he think Boots is gonna wash. But Corey Spence was like, hell no. I think Xander, he was gonna pull it off. It was gonna be a close fight to where Boots gonna have to figure him out. Cause that's how I feel. Like, I think that current fight that was important for Boots. Cause he needed that, bro. I think he really needed them few fights from 24 rounds. Cause in order for you to be a star or elite, in my opinion, it's not simply by eye test. It's about how you adapt to certain situations, bro. I ain't never seen a fight from like the old school when they didn't have to adapt. You have some little clear victories and all that, but most of them you gonna have to learn to adapt to the fighter that you fight in front of.
Right.
Like Boots, he ain't that first fight with Kern. He had to really like chase him down. Like, he had to chase that man down. You feel me? To even land anything. If that, he won based off of activity in that fight. Cause the second fight, you can see Kern like throwing back and all that. And no Diddy, like throwing back, and trying to, actually fight that time. But Xander Zayas, mark my words, bro. They putting together a game plan for Boots. And they studying Boots. Who's to say they ain't been studying him? Get what I'm saying? That they been studying that man. Like you ain't got fighters out here that just so worried about the limelight, unlike others. You feel me? That's worrying about interviews and being in rappers' face and all that bullshit, and acting gangster on Twitter, tweeting all day. You got fighters out like actually studying the big fights that they say they want. You get what I'm saying? They ain't just sitting around trying to get fame, bro. They actually, like, if I'm a sidetrack. If you worrying about having Tank as a big fight, you should be studying that man all the way through before you even worrying about an interview, a podcast, or anything. Because when you get in there, you're gonna have to figure him out just as well. He's gonna have to figure you out. You've been chilling the whole time. Like, that's what I can say about Xander. He ain't somebody that's just out here looking for fame and all that. He studies. You can clearly see he studies, bro. He's not no real exciting fighter. So what else do he have to do? He has to be in that film room, in that gym, ready for anything. Like, I think, in my personal opinion, he might get beat by Boots, depending on how the situation goes. But in my opinion, he would have beat Virgil Ortiz based on his boxing and all that. And he ain't gonna be right there for Virgil Ortiz to tee off on him and put his head in his chest and tee off and all that. He wasn't gonna be right there for that shit. But with Boots, he gotta actually like maneuver, because Boots got good feet. He know how to angle and all that shit. So that's somebody that you gotta study for, which I think he has. And like you said, that's what makes a star, or that's what takes you off to another level. When people watching your fight and they're like, "Oh, he figured him out." You feel me? Like he hey, the first 4 rounds, yeah, that was tough. Like, Xander and Boots, that's going to be a fight like that Boots needs at this point in his career.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm gonna take a moment, because you dropped some jewels. I'm gonna take a moment to respect the shooter. And I was thinking about something. It's wild how, because people be putting Tank and Boots, because they do both get some unnecessary hate because of the ops, or whoever the perceived, op fan base. I try not to do that with Boots. I just call it straight down the middle. But this be the point where people be giving me all this hyperbole. Tank has been in 4 divisions. He's always pretty much damn near always had the disadvantages. We've had to see him fight against all these different styles. Because at one point in time, the narrative was all it was flat-footed, come forward Mexican fighters. Like, that's what it was, even though that was not really the case. Everybody had a building phase. Everybody had their phase when they developing fighters or whatever. Some people, they get a diet. Some people, it's sink or swim. You know, he kind of more like got it by the sink or swim. It's just he got that 93.33% knockout ratio. You know, he got that eraser. But he gets no respect, and they still say he hasn't fought anybody. But then they'll get mad when people say, well, Boots ain't fought. And I'm like, hold on, was Boots in 4 different divisions? Have we seen him fight where he didn't have all the advantages? But this is what I be saying when I say put these guys on a scale. The same way I put Devin. I was saying the same thing about Devin. I'm like, has he always, now he came up, he fought somebody close to his size and Brian, but the speculation is he should be at 154 too. When you look at him, like when you put Boots, Xander might be a little taller, but you put Boots like slightly taller, like a hair taller. Boots, Devin, and Xander side by side right now, and tell me they shouldn't all be around 160. Like, and with their skill set, their boxing, they sticking and moving because they got speed, you know, they got hand speed and stuff like that. How dangerous would they be? But when I look at Boots, and I think, and I have this thing about Boots, it's like, man, he's an offensive juggernaut. He got like perhaps one of the best offensive arsenals out there. Punch variety out of this world. He has his video game moments. A lot of those moments was when he was at welterweight with 140s coming up. Now, yeah, when you get people that don't deserve to be in there, you do what you're supposed to do. But that same thing when they say tailor-made, flat-footed, kung fu fighters, I had already, because I had to hear it when it came to my guys. So I'm like, I'm applying it to all of these guys. So when I was looking at it, that's why I said I didn't want to see another Romain V, Amante Stallion, and Virgil Ortiz, like flat-footed, come forward, whatever. It's different wrinkles in their game. You know, Virgil was definitely a bigger puncher. He's definitely a closer. But we seen what Bodywork did to Virgil. You know, I wanted to see him against the Charles Conwells, the Brandon Adams. Like, I wanted to see the Jamel Charlo if you can put him out his misery. So my thing is this, and I don't even explain this no more. That's why I don't really go nowhere when they talking about this kind of shit. I just stay over here, and I will afford you the link if you ever want to debate. The thing is, he's in the same caliber like Shakur. He just came up to 140, so he just now kind of got flushed to where he's supposed to be. Devin just got up to 47, and he flushed with the Brian Norman fight. He might be getting ready to take a step back, but he's flushed where I thought at a minimum he need to be. So with Shakur being at 40, Devin being at 47, we got Boots at 54. We have not seen him fighting anybody where he didn't have the advantages. Whether it was the height, the reach, the athleticism, the better coach, more activity, power, speed, boxing IQ. This is the first time when we seeing him fight somebody that's actually slightly bigger than him, but is a mover as well. The last time we seen him solve that problem was with a Quran. So people want to get their draws in a bunch and act all like people can't have a real dialogue about this shit, man. Go somewhere with that bullshit. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe this was something that was in the plan with the deal getting extended and all that. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe Xander is the sacrificial lamb. All I know is that when I seen Xander, every time I seen him, he's been improving. Do I think he's going to beat Boots? I don't think he's going to. But I think that this fight is a lot more closer than what everybody think. Why? Because it's big, bright lights. This is the time where, you know, pretty much Boots got his shit to get off the pot, for real. Because he blew all his leverage at 47 and jumped up to 54, and he was on the outside looking in. This young man got 2 straps, and he's saying, listen, I'm going to go do that. And Xander didn't have to do that. Like, if he was moving like Devin, he wouldn't be doing that. Why? Because Devin ain't doing it. And the latest thing I heard today was that everybody thought that if Devin went to 54, he would have been cherry picking Xander. I said, man, y'all getting creative with the slander. God damn you. You know, it's like, man, y'all, we got to stop this bullshit, man. Like, if you just can't come on here and be yourself and bring your critically thinking skills in your brain, your medulla oblongata, then knock it off. This is a fight that we should be able to talk about, and you should be able to express yourself and how Boots going to do it and what he going to do other than, oh, he just going to put foot all in his ass. No shit, Sherlock. This fight is close. It's all eyes on Boots. I hope he show up and show out. Why? Because we do need another star. Like, we was in a point in time in boxing where, yeah, it was always like probably a star that shined brighter than everybody else in different epochs of boxing history. However, we were never at a deficit where we didn't have multiple stars. And right now, U.S. stars, we are thirsty. We got a Puerto Rican one. We got one from Philly. What's going to happen? I think it's closer than what everybody want to say. And just because you part of this clique, this tribe, you get to sit on this guy's bunk bed. Fuck all of that. Let's analyze the fights. Let's be responsible. And as this conversation come up, let's break down the X's and O's. Let's bring up points that ain't, okay, coaching-wise, who's going to be better? Because remember, it was Robert Garcia versus Boots when he had Andy Cruz and they had Moritalia, and who won? It was coaches versus coaches. There's many different levels to this conversation other than somebody going to put their foot in somebody else's ass. More than likely. No shit, Sherlock. But let's be responsible about the boxing talk because this all lies on Boots, man. I hope he show up and show out, man. I do.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. The reason, and to your point, the reason is not as many stars, bro, because you got, I keep saying, you got all the boxers who could be or would be. They weren't about the other boxers. You get what I'm saying? Like, they weren't about turn down boxers. Like, all these days, Devin could have been way bigger than he was, bro, in my opinion. If he would have stuck to his own craft and his own audience, which was the internet, not the street. The streets is not where you're from. You don't know nothing about it. So why even try to go that route? Could have took the Ryan Garcia route and then, part of the streaming internet. And this is my opinion. I'm no manager, but I'm just calling how I said. Devin was never no street dude, especially before he started doing all these antics. Like, he never came off like that. He talked, not to say it's a problem with talking proper, but he talked proper. I don't know what. He can't even cuss right. Like, he can't even, even talk shit like a regular, like, it's
he say
wrong.
Yeah, no. He say yeah, no. Like, he'll start off, you ask him a question, yeah, no. Like, you be seeing actors and shit talk.
Exactly.
Like, who say yeah, no?
Exactly, bro. Or not even that. Like, who says underachiever? who is toting guns out here saying, oh yeah, that nigga down the street, he underachiever? Like, no, he should have just stuck what he was known for, and that's on the internet with Roger May. I mean, with Floyd Senior doing the mix. That's how he came. That's how I figured out about him. Watching videos of him hitting the mix, doing that pad work and all that. But he was worrying about what Tank doing. See, everybody's situation different. That's something my mother told me. Like, can't look at everybody's situation and be like, oh, I wish I can do that, or I wish I was in that situation. Not, because that's theirs. That's yours. You gotta make the best of yours. So Core, he was on the right path, but somebody, I don't know who, knocked him off and said, hey, you should start trashing Tank. You should Shakur, you should take your shirt off and put that chain on and call Tank out on the internet. You should start talking shit. Even, and I told you about that, even Richard Hissons, like, he could have been big New York wise. He not from no suburb. He's from New York, like the hood New York. But he got with the buddies and became a Twitterson Junior. And just, I'm telling you, bro, he gave it like a good couple weeks. Then he just started back tweeting. After all that shit, everybody was talking shit about him. he gave it like a couple weeks. Let everything die down. Then he back on Twitter. Everybody that upload a video he don't like, he commenting on it and all that talking shit. Yeah, so like, see, Boots, I don't think he ever took that route, even though he tried to, call out Errol when he was at 147 or Bud. He tried to, do that, but he got derailed when he signed with Eddie. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Eddie I don't know what to do with him. Some tell me that this fight wasn't Eddie's idea for some reason. Like, it was somebody on the other side. And I'm talking about giving Xander full credit, like my man D. Calico said. Like, he deserves all the credit, because that wasn't Eddie not trying to make Boots a star. He trying to milk him, man. And I'm glad this fight got made, because at least you can. I don't even think Boo Boo had a fight like that. So he might be climbing out the hole. Because I don't even think Boo Boo had a fight. Yeah, am I right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He was on a true European tour. Like, yeah, you're right.
European tour, bro. Like, you would have thought that nigga was from London. You feel me? Like,
you would have thought his name was Denzel Bentley or something.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my gosh, man. Like,
but I say my salutes are just as loud as my criticism, and that's the first thing I said. I said salute the Boots. You gotta give credit for Xander for doing this, because if he was moving like some of his peers, he would not be doing it. This is a high risk, but it's a high reward. So this makes sense for him. And if he pull it off, oh my goodness. If he pull it off. So it's a lot of pressure. I think there is pressure on Boots, but I think his shoulders are big enough for it. And maybe this is the kind of opponent where we really get to see, like, Boots gonna show us that, like, I'm really one of them ones. Like, he get to show that, but I salute Eddie too for actually getting this done, because I've been putting my foot, you know what I'm saying, all in that derriere here lately, because the moves with Boots haven't been right. So salute for them for getting it done, and it's all eyes on Boots, man. I think we did a good job on this one, man. I appreciate you for co-hosting today, bro.
Hey, man, how I do?
You did good, man. You did good.
Yeah, bro. I always, like, one of the days like this, slow days with the boxing, because Wild ain't do nobody justice on boxing at all. But yeah, I always miss it, because especially today, because I let my kids go over there at my mother's house, and I've been chilling all day. So I was like, oh yeah, I got the notification. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck with my man on time today. I'm right in the right spot.
That's what's up, man. Glad you was able to enjoy. I figure, let me recap this, man, and just talk a little bit, man. AC got his thing tomorrow. He already sent me the housekeeping, and I think it's gonna be fire, So look out for that notification. What you want to lead the people with, AJ, before we wrap up?
Yeah, man. Boxing been kind of slow with the, especially after big announcements that they even made, and with the fights and all that and whatnot. But I've been doing good with keeping my blood pressure low and not paying attention to the drama and actually talking about it, man. It's good when you can actually talk about it. And this is the place to do it. I don't mean I just shit on no other channel. Like, there's been a couple channels in the past, but they all done, dispersed or nowhere to be found. There's only a couple real ones, and they always seem to find their way here. Whether they like a certain fighter that a particular channel on here don't like or not rocking with. We all could come together, and it's weird that it's like that, because that's how boxing's supposed to be. You're not supposed to like every fighter. Like, it's fighters that that Bodywork like that I don't like. You feel me? It's like,
Mhm.
but who gives a fuck? Because that's what boxing is. Everybody can't be. Boxing don't work like that. Like everybody can't be on one fight, bro. Like that's just how boxing been. But everybody else wants you to get persuaded and hooked on
Mhm.
one fighter, and they don't talk about no other fighter. And I think that's what keeps the sport down because they don't talk about, and they've been like that for a long time, and they don't really do boxing as service. Like even the NBA, like I watched John Wall, like they put pictures up, and he named every basketball player that was their college they went to. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like, so you really can do your due diligence and study all these guys. So if the topic come up, you got the knowledge. In boxing, I don't even think they could tell you. I don't think they could tell you Gary Antoine Russell. I don't think they could tell you nothing about him. And he just now getting recognition, but before that, they couldn't even tell you nothing about him. They can't tell you nothing about uh what's his name? Atuma. They can't tell you nothing
Moses.
about
Yeah.
him. You know what they said? They say he's the heavyweight Shakur. That's what they got. They compare him to another active boxer instead of doing that due diligence on him right now as his own fighter. That's what boxing is, though. It's about
Heavyweight Shakur.
and I'm
You
not
seen
even.
Shakur knock a nigga out like he did
Hey,
Jermaine
I'm not
Prichard?
lying, Mike. I'm not lying. That's what they said.
What the hell?
That's what boxing is. I'm not even lying. That's what they said. The heavyweight score, and then he commented on it. He said I'm one of his favorite players. I rock with, but he ain't never say y'all should, y'all should, let him do his thing. And I'm doing my thing down here. He ran with it because he liked acknowledgement and all that good stuff. He like his ego stroke.
Mhm.
That man is knocking niggas out. And but I digress though. But all in all, bro, boxing, like I didn't even start until I started paying attention to Bodywork more when he first started doing his thing. I haven't even heard of half of the boxes he was doing videos about. Cause I only knew a couple, especially when Errol and them was around. But like, even with the with Stephen Fulton for what's
Anyway,
his name? Yeah,
anyway.
man. Bodywork was the only one that had to check him about that, bro. I put that on everything. And that's what you gotta appreciate times like this, bro. Cause they ain't with no agenda or nothing. It's like straightforward, but see you tomorrow, bro. I'll be right back where I'm at right now, bro.
All right, I appreciate you, AJ, man. Enjoy your evening, man. Have a good work day tomorrow too. All right, bro. We had another good one in the books, man. And what he was saying, to his point, man, I lost I guess you can't say friends, I guess associates over that, especially that Fulton one. It was somebody I was cool with, and I see that people like to flock and be around them like that. But I'm like, I didn't like how they acted. And then in hindsight, when Inouye knocked his ass out, and I came back, they tried to show out. They tried to show out because they had a guy that was locked up, from this general area. He was locked up for a long time. He had featured him on his channel, and so he started showing out. You know what I'm saying? You know how people act funny when they got company? Start doing that. And then using me, because they used to use me and what I said, what I was saying leading up to that fight. They used to lead me to rile up the people. So I have all these strangers looking at me like, oh, what is he saying? Why? Because I said y'all call Anyway a hype job, and Anyway was gonna knock his ass out if you go over there thinking he was a hype job. I said, hey, who am I? But what you gonna say if you get knocked out by a hype job? What that gonna say about you? And what wound up happening? But I have been watching the channel and looking at the trends and all that, and I always like, by default, I kind of always been shedding light on the guys who don't get that much light shed on them. And if too many people going on that side, I'm gonna figure out a reason to go on this side just to make it all and give people something to think about. Most of the time, I'll be right about 85% of the time on my picks. It's about 10 to 15% when I'm wrong, and when I'm egregiously wrong, I come out and eat crow. No harm, no foul. But I don't have an anniversary, every year. Like I haven't had an anniversary every year since Anyway knocked Fulton out. I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I actually won some shit before. I actually went through some shit, and I actually respect these guys because they all get hit in the head for a living. I just wanted to come out and give a pulse of boxing. It was good to see my girl Chantel Cameron back in the ring. She's one of my favorite boxers. I like Caroline Dubois. I think that the fight looks a little more, even more competitive with her and Alicia. That's gonna be a big fight. I'm gonna be dialed in, locked in on that. I used to be a huge AB fan. I like Caroline. I still like AB. But I said, man, I'm not gonna be on women's boxing that much because of the politics of it all. I just want to enjoy it. If it's a real good fight or a big fight, but I know the pulse of women's boxing as well. Just like I know that it's looking like Clarissa, aka Rissa, is ducking the shit out of Shadeja. It's duck behavior. I know you can say, oh, she the goat. No, that's duck behavior. It's duck behavior. Who else? Ellie Scotney, man, it's one of the best fights this year, men or women. I know it's the number one for women, but that's one of the best fights this year. Action packed. That little chick from Mexico, man, came to bring that pain, and she can take a licking and keep on ticking. Denzel Bentley impressed me. Man. I think some of them guys, that they would have come over here to the stateside and get in some of these gyms and just spend like 6 months over here and just sharpen themselves or whatever, and then go back. Yeah, I was impressed. 160 is on, and it's a bunch of little things that's been going on. We heard from Hamza Sharad. It's a bunch of little. I'm not gonna give it away. The things that I say, people will take and make whole videos and whole shows about them. At least, let me put mine together. I'm not gonna, give too much of the secret sauce. Hopefully you was able to get something, put something in your rucksack from this episode. AJ came on and co-hosted. Nice, chill, laid back segment. Not that much structure, not that much housekeeping. Tomorrow is going to be AC's Devil in the Detail. I think y'all going to enjoy this one, man. I think he's getting better and better the more and more he do it, and I get to sit back and be a co-host because ultimately I like to produce. Bodywork Boxing 24/7 at Gmail is my email. So if you got something you're trying to do, hit me up. Or if you want to reach out, just hit me up. Ask any one of the 300, man. I'm good about communication. I went to the Army for communications. I got a degree in communications, and we all know how communication is. You know what I'm saying? So I always say silence is consent, meaning that all it takes for evil to prevail is for men and women to remain silent. So we speak to the things that need to be spoken to in the sport of boxing. I say fruits and veggies, not that Reggie. Fact-based content, not opinion-based, even though we have ours. And the reason why I call it fruits and veggies, because we'll come out and drop stuff like this right here. Product. Things that have nutritional value. That's what we do. So good little episode, man. Salute to Wilder, man. I think that if you decide to hang him up and go exhibition, man, you had a wonderful career. You achieved way more than you set out to achieve. I think this is a good note to go out on. But if you step any further in that heavyweight realm with these guys, you know, it's not gonna end right. You know, I'm looking forward to Tszyu and Errol Spence. The big fish that he gonna do the Australian. He said he gonna do him something bad. And I'm here for it. You know, I'm gonna be pulling for Errol, man. Respect Errol, respect Tank, respect the shooter, man. Just sit back and enjoy boxing, man. Relax a little bit. Don't get your blood pressure up. Do your homework. Do your research. Don't regurgitate. You know, get in the lab. Brush up. Did I miss anything or anybody? I think that's it for now because I don't want to give too much away. Anyways, y'all know I can talk boxing all day and all night. So I'll leave y'all with the pulse of boxing. Thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to